Natalie Darwitz named to the 2018 class of the U.S. Hockey Hall of Fame. The induction ceremony coming up in Nashville in December. Look at her career resume. Certainly some hardware on the international stage. Three-time Olympic medalist with Team USA. A couple silvers, a bronze. Tied for 2002 Olympic tournament lead. How about that? 7 goals. Also won gold a couple of times on the world stage, the World Championships in 05, 08, 09. And how about this? The youngest player ever selected to the U.S. women's national team at the age of 15. Natalie Darwitz, nice enough to join us for a couple of minutes here on NHL Tonight on what is a big day for you, Natalie. Where does this one rank as far as the hockey accolades in your career?
I don't know. It's pretty special. When Pat Kelleher from USA Hockey called me a few weeks ago, it's kind of hard to get a hold of. I thought he wanted to just try to twist my arm and have me coach at a couple of camps or something and take me away from my summer. And instead he told me that I was going to be inducted in the Hall of Fame. So, pretty surprised, pretty unexpected. I don't necessarily go into your hockey career thinking I'm going to be a Hall of Famer. It's just kind of an end result of what you do. So I'm in really great company. I think I'm the 4th female to go in on the women's hockey side. So I'm very honored, humbled, and a little bit surprised too.
Natalie, you had an outstanding playing career. Is there one moment that sticks out over the course of your career?
Yeah, I would say I think number one, my fondest memory goes 2006. We won our back-to-back NCAA championship with the University of Minnesota. I think I scored the go-ahead goal against Harvard with a minute 6 left. And a cool little backstory with that. That was the year of the NHL lockout. And so the Frozen Four was televised on cable TV, and Doc Emmerich actually announced that game. So to hear highlights of that game and to have his voice tied in with that game, Natalie scores with a minute 6 left. That's pretty a great highlight that I'll have forever. Not only winning, but then just the cherry on top that a legendary announcer like him was doing that game. So I probably took up too much airtime. So that's my number one memory.
Anytime Doc's calling your name, it's a great moment. You're obviously played a big role in growing the women's game over the course of the years. We mentioned you were the captain from 07 to 2010. We all remember Nagano back in 1998. Of course, the women taking home gold this past Olympics over in South Korea. How has the game grown and changed through the course of those 2 decades, would you say?
I kind of came on just after they won in 1998. I made the team when I was 15, and that was the time when Cami Granado was a legend. And, I'm walking into the locker room being 15 years old, sitting next to her in my locker stall. So that was a pretty spectacular memory. But it started with her and that generation really getting women's hockey on the map. And then from there, you had, the kind of the years in between the gold medals, 98 from 2018 this year, winning. That was the stage I was in. It was growing the game. Hockey was still in its infancy, but improving and growing. And I think now, you're not seeing the young kids making national teams. They got to be 23, 24, and there's a bigger pool to choose from. So the game has really grown and taken off. And obviously from the success of the last Olympics, you got to think that it's going to skyrocket in the next couple of years and it's to continue to grow. And it really helps that you guys are getting behind it and the media and giving it some love. That certainly helps grow the game as well.
Natalie, now that you've taken up coaching, talk about your coaching career. You just won the Coach of the Year for Division III there in Minnesota. Talk about that experience.
Yeah, it's kind of gone full circle where, now I'm behind the bench and my role in the game has changed, but hopefully I'm still making an impact. And I have 2 little boys at home, 3 years old and 1 year old. And so it's a time in my life where I still love hockey and I still want to be a part of it. So it was, how do I balance, being able to be at home for my boys and still continue to coach or, do clinics and camps and lessons. And a perfect fit for me was the Division III level in Minnesota. Is pretty big. And so I coach at Hamlin. It's a school in St. Paul. And this was our 3rd year there. And we kind of came in and Hamlin was at the bottom of the barrel. And this year we went to the Frozen Four and had a 3rd place finish there. And hopefully can continue to grow that program and always continually be at a Frozen Four and hopefully win some national championships here. So I'm just in a great part of my life where I get to raise my kids and still be involved in the game. And the G3 level is just a great way to do that.
We kind of glazed right over it. Let me give her due. She was the Conference Coach of the Year and then the USCHO Division III Women's National Coach of the Year. So she got it done on the ice and gets it done behind the bench. What's tougher? Is coaching tougher because you're not necessarily on the ice if you have to go get a puck? You can't do that yourself?
Yeah, you hit it right on the head there. I'm action-oriented, and sometimes it's just easier for me to do it myself than to explain it. But now being behind the bench is a different challenge. I'm growing each day as a coach, as a person, and it's a lot of fun. So it definitely was easier as a player of doing it yourself and getting it done. Now as a coach, you got to think outside the box sometimes, or to take 10 deep breaths when a player doesn't get it and to figure out another way for them to understand it. But it's a lot of fun and it's really rewarding, and I'm lucky to be surrounded by a great coaching staff, and we get to recruit some great young ladies that come in there and who are passionate about the game and who have the same vision as we do as coaches.
Coach of the Year. I think it's working out for her. Natalie, thanks so much. Congratulations on the U.S. Hockey Hall of Fame, and enjoy the honor.
Thank you so much, you guys.